It on the map.
Lap one completed the Academy Winter Series, and we have already had a little bit of action to kick things off. Evan Cooley took the lead off the start, and quickly the battling commenced down to turn number one with a bit of chaos. It's going to put us under full course yellow for the first time in a day that has seen nothing short of unpredictability. Safety car onto the racetrack, only one lap completed under green so far. You're watching right now at home with some of the overhead drone shots at a very tumultuous Wednesday afternoon from New Orleans, Louisiana. First and foremost, here the winds have been tremendous. So we do apologize in advance for any issues with the live feed here using the drone, but nonetheless, just want to remind everyone how absolutely chaotic that start was. That has obviously shaken up our field. Your front runners are okay. The back of the field, a couple of wings dislodged, and that's what's taken us under the safety car for the first time today. So Evan Cooley over Yal Vagara, Leonardo Scorpioni sits third, Michael Succo on the interim S machine with a big improvement. One of the many returning drivers from last season, Oliver Weldon, picking up where his brother Sebastian left off to make two VRD machines in the top five. One of the drivers with issues off the opening couple laps was, I believe, one of the Zanella Racing entries that has just crossed the timing limit towards the back end. Sadly, it was Ty Fisher involved, one of multiple in the first lap chaos. So lots more to come with the first race. Off to a bit of a cold start here from New Orleans. Live look on the pit lane. flag racing action here from New Orleans. And as you can see here, the sun has been in and out. We're back to, again, kind of overcast skies. Evan Cooley trying to get away in the exclusive Autosport machine. Decent bit of a lead right now, but the pack behind still well within the drafting distance, and that'll be important as this race continues because the long straights you have here is all that you can do to just stay close to the race leader, stay in that slipstream. Where you get to these S's sections, you fall behind, you end up in the air wash just a little bit, and you start to lose touch. Let's see what the gap is back to Yalvagara now with a lap underway. His attack opportunity will be turn number 1 and maybe at the end of the back straightaway before you go into that final sector. Side by side further back, Michael Suko, Oliver Weldon fighting for third into that first corner. Looked to me that Oliver Weldon was able to get down the inside and get by. So now the number 98 Gainbridge Andretti Global machine moves up and into a podium spot here on race number 1. And it's a much-needed extra bit of insurance for Yalvagar and Evan Cooley on the rest of the field. You can see how tightly packed that group is as it twists its way to the opening sector and works down to turn 5 and 6. It's a long sweeper to build back up momentum. A quick then right left before the back straightaway. And then that final section of the racetrack. Let's take a look as they come back to us here with the overhead drone cam. 4 laps in the books, working lap number 5. Again, Evan Cooley, dominant through practice. Quickest in the primary qualifying session. Quickest, obviously, in Super Pole. Keeping Yalvagar at a little bit of a bubble gap back. Oliver Weldon trying to close back into the slipstream window here. Here's a look at your 2 leaders. They'll quickly cycle on by. Weldon there in the white, black, and yellow Gainbridge Andretti VRD machine. He's going to go under pressure. Late move on the brakes into the side of him. Contact there for third. Michael Suko and Oliver Weldon spin into the grass. Michael Suko with a very aggressive attempt there on the brakes to get by Oliver Weldon. He'll continue as he blends into the field. He absolutely pile drove the side pod of Oliver Weldon's number 98. And now that will change up your entire field running order as we put 6 laps down. Huge, huge implications here in the overall championship standings as Evan Cooley gets further away. Vagara into second. Gonzalez now into third. As Scorpioni into fourth. And to make it 2 exclusive Autosport drivers in the top 5, Lucas Ficuri will move up the order. What a crazy, great catch there by, again, the overhead drone cam. And still only a quarter of the way in. Oliver Weldon able to continue all the way down at the tail end of the running order. So here come your leaders once again through the chicane. That will bring the full course yellow out. And not sure if that was for that primary incident or for something else. It is hard to describe and even kind of hard to display here with the drone cam how crazy the skies look right now. I mean, it is sun shining through. You can literally, but at the same point, you can literally see the rain coming down from just miles away. We've had intermittent kind of misting through here on one end of the track. This backside completely shaded. Looks a whole lot brighter on our drone cam. The other end, well, a little bit lighter around turns 5 and 6, but still a bit dark down by turn number 1. In any case of it all, Evan Cooley bringing the field back under safety car speed as they'll get ready to join up with the Yacademy Winter Series safety car. And the rain is here. It is definitely coming down now on the side of the control tower. We're going to switch over to our live onboard cam to make sure that we still have that drone operable for all of you later on. And take a moment here under the safety car to ride on board with the young lady, Ms. Colorado, the Zanella Racing entry there. She'll catch up to the tail end of the field, currently 22nd, ahead, just behind Kaylee Countryman. And ahead of Nordquist, again, Ty Fisher will get a huge bit of relief here being able to rejoin the field at the tail end. Oliver Weldon, hard to say. He did come into pit lane for the damage and goes from fighting for P3 to instantly out of the running. And a huge shakeup once again to your podium potential. Once again, quick update there. Again, the yellow flag out for the second time here in race number 1 of the Academy Winter Series. In this case, for Oliver Weldon's Gainbridge VRD Racing number 98 contact in racing with Michael Suko. Suko went for a deep, deep move on the brakes at the end of the back straightaway, ended up locking up, spinning backwards into Oliver Weldon's side pod, and it unfortunately disabled Weldon's car. He has been slowly removed from that bus stop chicane in the final sector. So we'll be getting ready to go back green, get back underway here for race number 1 with 8 laps in the books, and it'll give us 12 laps to go. We'll throw our drone camera back up to continue to try and capture the action. And get ready for a restart. Evan Cooley's already taken the field to green once here today. Hopefully he can have another clean getaway. And the field, again, just working its way through that back sector of the racetrack. They're still going to be working their way around turns 5 and 6 right now. A little bit of time before they get back around to us to slow back down and get ready for the restart. The mist continues here. Not enough to go to wet tires, but it will be a very treacherous restart, I think, for just about everybody. So what becomes of your USF juniors in their first kind of intermediate condition race here? Slick tires for the entire field. No one's coming to change from what we could tell. And it would be too early to do so, but it will definitely be a very slippery surface if and when they do go back green. Lights still on the Academy Winter Series safety car. I don't know. We may be sending them around one more time before we go back fully underway. But hopefully we do get this race going sooner rather than later. I'm sure all of you watching along or listening along back at home would love to hear more of the action and see more of the action. One more lap indeed of pacing before we go back green. We're going to give these kids another lap to try and keep some heat in the tires and get a better read of the surface because it is changing by the moment right now. So another lap under caution. We'll put 9 laps complete then when we come back around to take the green. This will be the completion of lap number 8. We'll go green with then 11 laps to go. So just under halfway in race number 1. We knew this was going to be a bit tricky to get this race in. The weather was not looking favorable today. It looks a whole lot better tomorrow. It's actually been pretty impressive how good it has been through the first couple of sessions today, where we have seen, for the most part, a dry racetrack. It has been extremely windy, but it has still been at least good enough to go racing. And now it's getting a little bit treacherous here again. So we're going to bring that drone camera back on in.
No signal.
Because, right as we thought this was going to be okay, the heavens have opened up. It is about to get really nasty here. You're seeing a couple drivers head down pit lane. This extra lap under caution, we're going to need it as well to bring our camera in. We'll stay on board. You can look at this. Check out all the moisture hitting all the young drivers on the racetrack right now in this pace lap. I don't know if this race is going to be over before it really has begun. If so, obviously, great points haul for Evan Cooley, for Yalvagara, and for Leonardo Scorpioni. We might be done before we really get going here. The rain is here in New Orleans. We were hoping this would not be the case, and I think it's about to be. And red flag on the facility here. There it is, red flag out for NOLA Motorsports Park. That'll put us at a halt. It is about to get really nasty, folks. For those listening in the paddock, please make sure everything you've got strapped on down the best you can. We're going to do the same here. My goodness. Well, you're not seeing anything out of a fantasy land here, folks. We've got pit stops going on pit lane right now, switching over to wet tires just as quick as this shower has come through. It's already passed over, but it's definitely wetting the racetrack more than enough to want to switch off those Continental slick tires and go to the wets. So every team laying them out, quickly trying to change over for their drivers as we have red flagged this session once again at the end of lap number 8, getting rolling into lap number 9. And just a very, very unpredictable opening race, still below the halfway mark. And really only about half of it has been under green. It crashed on the start, got about a lap in, then went full course safety car there. Got a couple laps on the restart. And I believe at the end of the second lap on the restart was Oliver Weldon and Michael Suko's crash and left Oliver stranded off and in the grass in the bus stop. But I mean, look at the scramble here. The full pit lane dance underway right now. Hopefully you all have enjoyed some of the drone angles we've got you. We're going to ride on board with Matty Kalarin for a moment. Oh. Well, we were. It looked like there. Ultimately, we did not get that on board. It was working moments ago. We'll see if we can pull it back up. We know that we'll have multiple cameras with multiple drivers with onboard feeds tomorrow for races 2 and 3. Matty Kalarin's was connected, should still be connected. At the moment, it is obviously not given anything for now. So we will leave the audio on. We'll have our drone cam up as we can. The batteries only last so long, so you can only get up into the sky for so long before you have to come back down and swap back up. But what I will say, though, folks, what a great set of angles there of the pit stops that we got to witness. We'll keep you posted on what happens here on the restart. Evan Cooley has the field together. Lights off on the Yacademy Winter Series safety car. We are ready to try and go back. Green here right at the halfway mark. 10 down, 10 to go. Green flag in the air. We're racing back once again. Wet tires for the second half of race number 1. And Evan Cooley's going to get a nice getaway over Yal Vigara and Leonardo Scorpioni. They'll rock it down to the inside to turn number 1. And quickly fading to the high side will be Vigara. So he'll look to maybe go back around the outside at turn number 2, flip-flopping the lanes of where your race leader, Evan Cooley, is, and over into turn number 3. I don't think we've yet seen a lead change, but they are definitely trying. Looks like we have all of the field, at least through the opening sector for now, trying to keep a close tab on the rest of the drivers as they snake their way back over to turn number 5. The red lights blinking on the back for the drivers to be able to see each other throughout the spray, and most importantly for us to be able to see them from the far side of the racetrack. So let's check it back out here as they exit turns 5 and 6 and get ready to head to us. They're getting ready to hit that quick right-left chicane and rock it down the back straightaway. Evan Cooley, the race leader over Yal Vigara, off the restart. Has he maintained that? As we check in on the back straightaway, I believe he has. In that red and black and gray, the A-team number 91 leads. Check it out, though. The battle's further back. Side by side for what it looked to be Luciano on maybe the D-Force Racing entry of Pato Gonzalez. And check out the massive spray and wet spots in the middle of the surface here. Evan Cooley still with a very marginal lead at the end of lap number 11. He'll take us back down the front straightaway, right behind Yal Vigara, straight through the water. And a number of drivers follow there out of that final turn to try and stay close. No changes up front for now, but Yao still pressuring. Leo Scorpioni trails a little bit further back. Couple position changes down the board. Gonzalez up to 4th. Diego Guillot 5th. Lucas Facuri 6th. And then the VRD Racing entry, the number 97, or 77 of Matan Achetov into 7th. Over Patricio Gonzalez, and then the 92 of Brendan Cooley, rounding the current top 10. But a great look here as the overcast skies have returned, and you can see the packs have split up pretty nicely here. You have Justin DeLucia running in the midfield at the front of about 6 or 7 of them. The main pack still led by Evan Cooley with 11 laps down, 9 laps to go here in this 20-lapper or time to race. We're going to see how long we go on it. For now, though, it is still, again, on track for what we'd like to be. Sorry, 14 laps there. Correction. Want to make sure that's proper and updated. 14 laps the distance. So if it is going to the end of lap number 14 as shown, that means this time by will be 2 laps to go. So 2 laps remain as the leaders head down past us again. And it looks like we've got some changes up here. Yal Vigara able to get by. Leonardo Scorpioni still giving chase. Evan Cooley trying to find a way back to the lead here through that final sector. What a look here. What an awesome shot of the overall pack. They'll round that final turn. This time by 2 laps to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them, nearly 5 deep in that lead group. There's about another 7 that are lined up further back. Big wide angle coming off the last turn for your new race leader for the first time here today. The number 10 out in front. Yalvagara leads. Evan Cooley's led the first 12 laps. He will not lead as we start first 11. He'll not lead lap number 12 down to turn number 1. A little fade to the inside. Looking for Rodrigo Gonzalez on the D-Force Racing number 18. Didn't go. Leo Scorpione still holds third. You can see as well the rain is back. The rain has returned with a lap and a half to go. Massive rain forced the field just past the halfway mark at laps 9 and 10 to switch over to wet tires. It's gone now back green. Since then, we've been sunny skies. The rain has returned. This pop-up shower craziness. The sun is shining through. You can see it here from the drone cam. The sun poking through the clouds. This crazy 14-lapper. A lap and a half to go if we go the full distance to the chicane as they round that long sweeper here. White flag coming this time by. Evan Cooley versus Yalvagara in race number 1 of this Yacademy Winter Series. Oh, and check it out here, folks. This is a 3-car pack going into that right-left chicane. Final time. Look how quickly they're going to try and change up. Big slide out of your leader. Big slide out of second. And here comes a Scorpione. Cooley's got the lead. Leo Scorpione to the high side. He'll nose ahead of Yalvagara into the back sector. Vagara to the inside, deep on the brakes. He'll overshoot it, but he will hold that second spot as there was no over-under that Scorpione could pull off. And your leader, Evan Cooley, is going to get just a little bit of a gap. So Yalvagara able to get the best of Cooley. A lap later, Cooley does the same in that opening sector. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. 4 car lengths for Evan Cooley in Exclusive Autosport to try and continue what has been a phenomenal day, a nearly flawless day. Pole in overall qualifying, pole in the Super Pole qualifying, led 11 laps of the 13 completed so far. As we work this final lap, he's got a little bit of a margin. And at that same point, how about the run forward for Martin Achetuv on the VRD racing machine? He's driven his way all the way up and into that 4th position, well past Rodrigo Gonzalez. Diego Guillot trails still. Then you have Liam Luciano, Pato Gonzalez, Lucas Faccheri, Brendan Cooley, the top 10 to Ryan Gianetta and Hudson Potter. And a huge kudos to this entire USF Juniors grid. They have maintained clean, green action here in the couple of laps with a very treacherous and changing track surface. And as they head through turns 5 and 6 for what will be the final time, Evan Cooley trying to bring it home and close out a crazy opening day of action here for the Yacademy Winter Series inaugural stop as a full-on championship to NOLA Motorsports Park. The Big Easy has not been easy. Big spray there out of that turn 6 sweeper. I don't believe any of your leaders have gone off. Let's take a look at them as they come right by us at the timing tower and right by the drone. All look to be good, all in the same order. I think they have kept things at least clean enough for now, and Evan Cooley looks like he's headed for home. As Scorpione, one last charge, maybe, to Yalvagara. He'll go high and low, right through the long left here. Maybe something if he can trip him up in this last turn, get him to go wide or through a wet spot that could spin those rear tires. The same for Matt Achetuv, who's had a great drive forward. But none of them will be close enough to challenge the 91. The A-Team, victorious in New Orleans for race number 4 of the championship. Evan Cooley's going to hold on to win it. Vagara second, Scorpione in a close fight there for third over Achetuv. Then Rodrigo Gonzalez, Diego Guillot, Luciano, Patricio Gonzalez, and on the final lap, a bit of a shake-up there for the 9th position. Coming to the line, Brendan Cooley to Ryan Gianetta, and then Hudson Potter, and JT Hoskins falls down the order a bit. Ty Fisher charges back up to 15th. He was involved in an opening lap incident. Cooper Shipman moves up the order. He'll end 16th. Believe also involved on that first lap carnage for Coop. Justin DeLucia, Emma Scarborough, Thomas Nordquist, Vilo Ayatollah. Our onboard driver, Matty Calera, ends up 23rd behind Kaylee Countryman, Lincoln Day, and ahead of Michael Succo, who did not finish. In fact, the only two not to finish were himself and Oliver Weldon. So here's a look, your race results from race number 1 of 3 here at NOLA Motorsports Park. Evan Cooley ends up on top Vigara and Scorpione second and third. Matan Achetuv fourth. Rodrigo Gonzalez fifth. And then we'll cycle through the back half of the results there. Connor Aspley out there on the opening lap. Oliver Weldon collected in that spin with Michael Suko. That triggered our second safety car. Suko able to continue for a bit, did not run to the finish. So what a run, Evan Cooley, in a fantastic finish out of the day. We're going to be headed down to podiums here trackside. We'll sign it off with a beautiful New Orleans sunset from the Bayou that has definitely challenged these young drivers, and we'll challenge them once again for 2 more rounds tomorrow to close out the Yacademy Winter Series. Clear.